All right, so we are Mopar. We got the boy 86 Face here. We're here at the Ripp Superchargers booth. I know we both get a lot of questions about Ripp Superchargers. All kinds of questions about the kit.
Non-stop.
So, as we have this nice truck here.
I remember my first exhaust.
So, what are some things you think people should know?
Okay, first and foremost, it is a supercharger. It is not a turbo. It's not going to react the same as a turbo.
So it's not a turbo. Okay. But it looks like a turbo.
It looks like a turbo. But the reason why...
Oh,
yeah, you got a belt driver on the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bing,
So,
bing, 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 bing,
this
bing, bing.
is connected directly to your crank pulley.
Yes.
This spins
Yes.
because your engine is on,
Yes.
thus compressing air.
Ah, so that's what that belt there is for. Interesting. Okay.
You don't see any exhaust piping coming from the supercharger.
So what people kind of fail to realize is a turbo is going to be hooked up to the exhaust.
Yep.
Please know the difference there.
Back to what we were talking about with the driving habits. One of the things you have to understand with a supercharger on any supercharged vehicle is your gas mileage can increase. The main point of a supercharger is to allow your motor to actually be able to breathe better. More air, more fuel, more horsepower. But if you have a heavy foot, your gas mileage is going to decrease. Typically with the Ripp kits, we're seeing anywhere between a 1 to 4 mpg increase on anyone who drives reasonably. If you're in it all the time, expect your gas mileage to go down. That's just how it works.
And so that kind of goes back to different driver, different results.
Yep.
Plain and simple. So he might be pushing 30, I might be pushing 31. You're going to have different results. It's plain and simple.
And I mean, back to what D-Dot's saying right there, it's you need to know the goal of your vehicle before you just dive into it, because you don't want to go the route I'm going if you want a nice gentle quality gentleman's ride like D-Dot's. Mine is built for racing. He enjoys his as a show car. And it's no fault of anyone at all. It's more of your preference. Do I have anything to prove? Absolutely not. Am I going to? Yep. So with the kit installed, you're looking at anywhere from 150 to 165 horsepower increase over stock. You're also looking to almost match those numbers in torque. Now, what that means, you're going to have scat pack power directly from this bolt-on with a proper tune. A lot of the people don't realize that with the house tune coming from Ripp, that's what they're knowing your car will be able to run accordingly at. You also really want to look into local shops. That way you're able to get a localized dyno tune to your environment. That way you can get the best out of it given your local air conditions.
Now, I hope you guys heard proper tune, proper install. You don't want to go ahead and take this kit and install it yourself, because the first thing that's going to happen is when you do that and you are not getting the 150 horsepower that we are talking about, the first person you're going to complain to is Ripp Superchargers. Yep. And I'm sure he can vouch for it. The one thing they said is make sure you find a shop that can do the install. And that's exactly what you want to do. So it is what it is.
They do say that you can install it within 8 to 10 hours. What they leave out there is if you're a professional, you're able to do that. This guy, man,
I should have got him in there, goddamn.
Right? I'm like trying to be professional, and he's over here. If you're not comfortable, find a shop. Even if you are comfortable, find a shop that it can be installed and tuned accordingly to your environment.
It's perfect, because if you do the install, like I said, you're going to complain about the company. If you have a company actually do the install, you have someone that you can go to and say, hey, this is not doing what it's supposed to do. And now they are held accountable for it. So it is what it is. But how much was your install?
My install was $1,000. Right there from Bailey's High Performance Factory in Tarrant County, Texas. And then I paid for a full-on tune with them because they earn my business. I trust them, and I have a lifetime tune with them, which was an additional $1,000. Now, it's not going to be the same for you depending on your shop. It could be more, it could be less. So don't base your saving up for this kit off of what my numbers were, because my numbers are not going to be the same as yours.
And I'm gonna kind of piggyback on that. My install was also $1,000, and I then took it to Injected Engineering to get it tuned and dynoed, and that was I believe $600 for that. Now, like he said, yes, we do have the same amount for the install, but I have talked to other people who have paid, I think the most I've seen is $2,600. I'm not sure what the most you've seen, but I can't remember who it was. I think they said they paid $2,600 for their install. Now, I can promise you the reason is because that shop was not familiar with the Pentastar, and they didn't do Mopars. I think they, I forgot what kind of brand of vehicles they did, but that was why that cost so much. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you find a shop that knows what the hell they're doing. Plain and simple.
One more thing I want to hit on real quick, and another reason why you want to make sure you get professional installation of this. A lot of people don't take into account you are having to fit a centrifugal supercharger in front of the block between the radiator and the crash frame. So, do not bring the camera down here? What a lot of people aren't realizing is right here, the crash frame actually has to be cut. It has to be cut in order to fit the intake portion of the centrifugal supercharger. If you're not comfortable doing that, or if you do it wrong, it is very easy for you to mess up the integrity of the front of your vehicle.
So that's one thing that when people say, oh, I'm gonna do the install myself, that's the first thing I say is you're gonna have to cut into your body. And then they're saying, I've never done that before.
Pay someone that has.
I believe it. I believe it. So I hope we were able to kind of get some of your questions answered. I know it's kind of a quick, fast video, but we are here, we are Mopar, and we just kind of wanted to kind of bless you guys with some information. All right.